Good morning, everybody. It's 10 o'clock and I told you I'd be live on Facebook to make fritters this morning. In my family, apple fritters and cocoa is comfort food. When my kids were little,
tag friends.
When my kids were little, and sometimes we had a rough time of it when my kids were little, when we'd had a rough day, it was in the evening for comfort, it was time for apple fritters and cocoa. So anyway, we all need a little comfort food right now, and I love Southern cooking. It's not always that good for you because it's high in fat, high in carbs, but nothing like it for comfort food. And I understand a lot of people out there eating a lot of junk food right now. I've been hearing this, like, I don't know, cheesies and crap. Like, don't do that. You don't need to eat that. We've got lots of time on our hands. We can make something delicious, a little bit nutritious, just a little bit of sugar. You can control the sugar when you make it yourself. If you buy apple fritters at Tim Hortons, it's mostly sugar and not very much fruit. We're gonna switch that around. Just a little bit of sugar and lots of fruit. Okay, I learned to cook almost entirely from The Joy of Cooking. If you don't have this book and you wanna learn to cook, this is the book to get. There's a new edition, I understand. This is an older one, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I've got everything ready. Eggs, when you're baking or working with eggs and you want them to fluff, they should be room temperature. We keep our eggs in the fridge in Canada. So I put them in some warm water earlier on. It's up to about room temperature now, and that brings your eggs up to room temperature. So just, a quick way to do that. We need a cup of all-purpose flour, goes in the bowl. I could have measured all this stuff out in advance, but I want you to see that you can do this too. So it's easy. A cup of flour, that's it. The recipe says 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's too much. I use sugar like a spice. A little goes a long way. 1 tablespoon of sugar. I cut every recipe, I cut the sugar in half. I've always done that. My palate has changed. My kids' palates have changed. The other flavors come through a lot more if you don't mask it in all that sugar. Some baking powder, about a teaspoon of baking powder. You don't need fancy measuring spoons either. Your tablespoon and your teaspoon out of the drawer will work. They measure just the same. And a little pinch of salt. Again, I told you yesterday, kosher salt or sea salt in your cooking, not table salt, unless that's all you've got. A whisk is a great way to mix up your dry ingredients. There you go. Now in this other bowl, we're going to put 2/3 of a cup of milk. You can use any kind of milk. You can use regular milk, lactose-free milk. You can use almond milk, coconut milk, whatever is best for you. I have some buttermilk, so I'm going to use buttermilk because Southern cooking, they use buttermilk a lot. They don't use it so much in Canada. I think it makes things absolutely wonderful. I love buttermilk. In baking, I wouldn't drink it, but personally. 2/3 of a cup. 2/3 of a cup goes into a different bowl. Now, we're going to do the 2 eggs. We've got to separate these eggs, okay? We're going to separate these eggs. So that means that I'm keeping the whites separate because I'm going to beat them later. So it's really easy to separate eggs. Don't be scared of this. Just keep it in the shell there. Let the white drip out and get the yolk into another bowl. That's it. Really not hard. Don't be scared. You make a mistake, oh well. Try to keep any air on the side of getting white in the yolk and not yolk in the white. Because if you get yolk in the white, then it won't beat up. It won't fluff up for you. Okay, so again, just let it kind of drip out of there. Take your time. You don't want to break the yolk. There goes the white for me, and there's the yolk. Beautiful, done. We're gonna set that aside for now. The yolks are going into the milk. I've got some melted butter I melted it a little bit earlier. Oh, it's gone hard on me. Darn it. Oh well. I think it'll whisk in. I melted that earlier because I was trying to be like the cooking shows and have everything ready. Okay. Some butter in there. You know what I forgot? It's not in the recipe, but I'm going to put vanilla. If I can find it quickly. No, can't find it quickly. So I might not. Vanilla would have been nice in there. Doesn't matter. Okay. Whisk that up. Now I'm going to whisk that right into the flour mixture. Just whisk that up until it's smooth. Nice and thick because you want to coat. You're going to be coating apples in there. Okay. Now I'm going to beat up these egg whites. You can do it with a whisk.
How do I get rid of everybody who's watching?
You don't.
No.
Bob's telling me that people are making comments. That's really fun. You can read some to me if you want, Bob. It's confused him a little, but that's wonderful. I'll read them all later. Or if there's any you want to read, Bob, you go ahead. But right now I'm going to put the beaters on, so it's going to be loud. You can do this with a whisk if you've got a strong arm and you don't have beaters. Good for you. I can't. I'm not that strong. Or I am, but if my arm would fall off. So I'm just going to beat these up. So why do we do that? Because when we want to get some air into this. Baking powder is going to help put some air in there. It's going to react a little bit with the buttermilk because there's a little bit of acid in the buttermilk. But whatever we can do to have some lightness to our baking. We're always looking for leaveners, it's called. Egg white is beat up like this. It holds air really nicely, so it will help to leaven the fritter batter. Okay, so did you just turn it off?
No, I'm just saying hi back to everybody.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, y'all.
We're calling all y'all now. When we were traveling last time, Bob and I were on a cruise. Ugh. Anyway, we were on a cruise and there were so many Americans on board. And a lot of Trumpians. We found it was dangerous to even talk. And then we met this wonderful couple with these amazing southern accents. I think they were from West Virginia. And they said to me, "Oh, y'all from Canada, I think." And I said, "Yeah, we are." She said, "I could tell because you keep saying A on the end of your sentences." And I said, "Yeah, well, you just said all y'all." I love that. All y'all.
Okay, Lisa, those damn Americans.
Anyway, then she said to us, "And don't you worry, honey, we're liberals." It was very cute. Anyway, okay, almost done. See here, we want to get them so they make like little peaks. I'll say stiff but not dry. That means you can see the lines from the beaters. Just look, see the lines? That means they're almost done. And you can see the lines. Okay, they're done. Look, it makes peaks. See how I made a peak when I pulled it out? That means it's done. Okay, now we're going to fold these into the batter. Folding. Oh, did you see that on Schitt's Creek? That was too funny. Fold it. Well, it just says fold it. You know what it means. And that was, Moira and David were trying to bake together. Oh my God, that was a funny episode. I love Schitt's Creek so much. My friend Fiona, who's English, she just doesn't get it. She doesn't like it. She wants to slap them all. Anyway.
Shit, that's a swear word, isn't it? Sort of, yeah?
Rolling shit. That's the mayor of Schitt's Creek. And I love it. And his little son is named Roland Moore Shit. God, we love that. Okay, so don't get heavy-handed because, you know, you don't want to take the air out. So you've got, I can still see some white bits. That's okay. Now we're going to fold in the apples. Now, I'm cooking show business. I made 2 apples. I already cut them up, but I want to show you just quick how to cut up an apple. Take the little end off so you get a flat spot. It's always less dangerous if you've got a flat spot in whatever you're chopping. I like this thing. This is a an apple thing. It takes the core out, and all the pieces are there. And then you can just chop those up a little bit. I put lemon juice on the ones that I chopped up earlier. Ascorbic acid in the lemon keeps it from going brown. It also adds a little tartness, which is lovely. So I put a little lemon juice on there. Doesn't say that in the recipe, but you know, you get to know these things. You know, if your kids eat half the apple and it goes brown, just cut that bit off and put some lemon juice on it. It'll keep it. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to fold this. Folding just means, like, do it lightly. Like, go down the center, go around. Go down the center, go around. Watching? Go down the center, go around. Go down the center, go around. Go down the center, go around. And we're done. I don't want to do it any more than that. Time to make the fritters. Okay, I'm going to put the heat on high. We're going to put, I'm using canola oil. Any light oil will do. This is not olive oil. You want something that has a higher smoking point than olive oil. Olive oil is pretty fragile. It has a low smoking point. It's not good for this kind of thing. Like maybe an inch. It says 3 inches in the book. I don't think you need 3 inches. We're going to heat that up till it's snap, crackle, and popping. And then I'm going to use a scoop to, let's see, what would I use? An ice cream scoop. Nope. We will use this big serving spoon. That should do the job. Okay. Bobby?
Yes.
Unplug the phone. Come on around here so you can watch at the stove.
Okay.
Come on. Yep. Come on around here. Now, again.
Hold on. I'm coming.
Now, hot oil, okay? The children are in another room. Do not let them in the kitchen with you when you've got hot oil. You're lucky you're here, Bob.
Yeah.
Hot oil is really dangerous, right? So grown-ups only. Very careful. The handle's at the back of the stove. We're going to be careful. Okay. Let's see if it's ready. I'll just put a little bit in and see if it bubbles. Nope, not ready. We need it to be really good and hot, so not there yet, even though this stove is really fast. I'm on high. Okay. I'm starting on a high heat. I will be turning it down a little bit because it's just going to get crazy. I've got my tongs ready. Look here what I've got ready as well. I've got some paper towel on a cookie sheet there because I'm going to drain them. And this is the kids' job. You can let them do that somewhere in some other part of the kitchen. After they've drained, this is cinnamon sugar. So remember, we just put a tablespoon of sugar in the batter and the apples. This is just a mix of some sugar and like a tablespoon of cinnamon mixed up. And oh my goodness, my kids, Adrian and Brady, this was always their job, and they would fight over who got to do it, to roll the fritters in the cinnamon sugar. Let's see if this is ready yet. Yep, it's ready. Okay, so get yourself a nice little glob there. Maybe get 3 in this pan, maybe 4. You don't want to put too many in at once because the oil won't stay hot. You're cooling down the oil a bit, and you want them to have lots of room around them. Okay, you get 3 done at a time. I'll probably just make 3 while we're making this video, and then I'll let you go and make your own. But I'm gonna make some cocoa too. I'll show you how to make old-fashioned cocoa. Because, here, look at me, Bob. This hot chocolate that you buy, that is, for me, for my taste, and for my kids' taste, that is way too much sugar. And I don't know what all's in there either. So, we make homemade cocoa. We always did. When my little sister was little, she thought it was called Co, and that we were just calling it cocoa because she was a baby, so she just called it Co. Anyway, cocoa. So, the actual cocoa. And I'm going to be able to make it with real milk and with honey. So I'm going to keep the amount of sugar under my control. Okay, these are looking great. Flip that over. I would have liked it a little browner than that, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm happy you're making these because I'm losing weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
This quarantine's really been hard on Bob's waistline. Okay. So we're watching those carefully. What do you think, everybody? I'm sure you're making comments. Do they look delicious? Now, if you look at me again, if I had more time, the batter's even better if you let it rest for 2 hours at room temperature, or put it in the fridge for like a long time. All batters seem to get better if they rest. It's something about the gluten's relaxing. So, you know, if you have time, you can do that. Gonna like them a little bit darker on the other side. Now, I think those are done. Okay, they're coming out onto the paper towel. Gonna let some of that fat drain off. I'm gonna turn this off. We're gonna make the rest later, Bob. Don't you worry. We'll make some more.
Okay. I like that.
Gonna let them drain off a little bit. I don't have too much time here. You can let them drain a little longer, but we do want to eat them hot. And then, while they're still a bit hot, I'm gonna dredge them in this cinnamon sugar. So they taste sweet even though there's not much sugar on them. You know, your kids are gonna say, oh, that's delicious, it's sweet. But that's only how much sugar they're getting. So it's not a lot. Oh, my stomach is growling because it wants these fritters. Okay. Now, while those are just getting cool enough to eat, come on over here. I'm gonna make some cocoa. To make cocoa, it's not hard. Don't be thinking, oh my God, I have to buy the instant stuff because I don't know how to do it. Yes, you do. It's simple. 1 tablespoon of cocoa per mug. So we're going to make 2 mugs. So I'm going to put in 2 good size tablespoons. Now, depending on your sweet tooth, use honey or you can use sugar. Up to a tablespoon per person. I'm just going to do 1 tablespoon for both of us because, you know, sweet tooth. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there, just a titch. And then give that a stir until it starts to come together like a paste. It's starting to come together like a paste. I could use a whisk. Get a whisk. I got a one. Yep. Okay. See how that came together like a paste? See that in your pot? Okay, now I'm going to put the heat on under it. Not too high. Okay, and milk. The milk's over here.
Quit moving around, will you? Holy jeez.
Again, you can use whatever milk is best for you. Lactose-free is good for me. You can use almond milk, coconut milk, whatever's good for you. And you're going to do 1 mug per person. 1 you know, you're going to make 2 mugs, so measure in your mug. Like that. And then just heat that through. Keep an eye on it because milk goes fast and it can burn. And you just whisk that up. Look how good that looks. Like creamy, delicious. You want to make your kids happy? And put some marshmallows on top or some whipped cream if you want. You don't have to. Okay, so while that's just heating through, let me just talk to you because we're almost done here. I'm going to read all your comments later. I can't wait. I'm loving this. I'm having fun. This is keeping my anxiety level down. You know, I'm a big old extrovert, and all you introverts in the world, I know this is like, you need to take pity on us right now. We're suffering, us extroverts, and this is a moment where I feel like I'm talking to you, and that's really helping me. I'm feeling anxious just like you guys are. So I want you to know that doing this is helping me, and I hope it's helping you. And if you got requests of something you'd like to learn to make, put it in the comments. I'm planning on doing, look at me again, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me, honey. Yoo-hoo. Look at me, please.
Mm-hmm. Something's happened here.
Oh dear, you turned me off.
No,
Yep.
I did.
Okay, here you go. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. If you
That was a mini pause.
if you have requests, of something you'd like to make, let me know. Tonight I'm going to do a roast chicken, simple, and mushroom risotto. So if you want to tune in tonight, I probably around let's say, should we say 5 o'clock? Okay, 5 o'clock. I'm going to do mushroom risotto, simple, cheap, delicious, and you know, you can't go to the restaurant and get it right now, so you can make it at home. It's easy. And a roast chicken, which home economics, such a good thing to make. You're going to have it for days. You're going to be able to make lots of things out of it. So we're going to do that tonight. And right now, I would say our cocoa's ready, and Bob and I are having fritters and cocoa. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Love y'all.
See you soon. Bye.
See you now. Bye.
Bye. Hit the stop button.